just want to show you guys some stuff that I've discovered in my research here with this Morgellons. I noticed that there's a bunch of some sticky stuff that gets within the hair follicle and it eats it from the inside out, takes control of it, and that's what causes it to move. These I thought were proteins, but apparently they're too big to be proteins. They're not fibers. They do move, but they're not life. It has something to do with the sugar in our bodies and some other stuff mixing together. It creates these organism type things, but they're not alive. They're like puzzle pieces. Basically they bounce around until they connect with other things. But these things inside here are what are making those. They have them everywhere. In our money. Don't ever put money in your mouth. This is what the end of a bill looks like magnified. It's nasty. It's on all our money. There is no getting away from this stuff. That's hydrogen peroxide. It doesn't react proper with it. It should be fizzing up and buzzing, but it's not. It's like the same agent or something is underneath it. It's really strange. It just bubbles off real slow. You'd think that blood would be all fizzing up right now. This is what happened after doing a pomegranate bath. See that purple haze in there? And that like clear coating over the skin. This is a rock, a quartz rock I found. I zoomed up on it. This is all over the rock. So this is everywhere in nature. It gets within rocks. Under a microscope. This was inside my ears when I first discovered this stuff. And then I discovered this. And it appears to only come at certain times. I've only gotten a couple pictures of it. But it follows and it stays right over the retina of the eye, of the pupil. Here's one time I was ever able to get a picture of it not over it. All the other pictures I have are over it. This I move my eye real quick. You can tell it's thicker than the eye and it's perfectly circle. And it's preventing the light from going through. That's why it's reflecting back off of it. So you can see it's like a lens. This is a bath with permanganate, Epsom salt, and a battery charger. I just took 2 wires and hooked it up to a battery and stuck it in the tub. Ever since this time, I haven't gotten nearly as much out. I try to do it about weekly now. It come out like a thick, soapy, or like sappy type orange crap. It totally stained the tub. And these little clear hairs start to grow everywhere. Those are the ones that move. These are the ones that you can feel when it feels like something's on your skin. It's these little clear ones. They wrap around the other hairs and they twist them together. Here's after soaking my feet. Your big toe is the biggest vein in your body. And it works really good. Like, I don't even need to take the whole bath anymore. I can just put my feet in it and I get just as much out. You can just see it come through the toe, above or under the big toe now. This is hydrogen peroxide. It should be bubbling way more than that. So somehow it must have a bunch of oxygen or something in it. So oxygen don't work for stopping it. I wonder what that purple is in there. can see them all on top. Is coil silver. Now all this is under a microscope, so on the skin you can't see nothing. It looks completely clear. It looks just fine. That's what gets in the fabrics. It doesn't wash out either. Trillions of them. They almost look like fibers, but they're too thin to even touch. You can't even touch them with a pair of tweezers because they fall apart. On a few weird spots like this that just appear out of nowhere. They just show up, like melt through like the inside of the skin outwards. You can see the blood is not free, it's all clumped up. And this is hydrogen peroxide. But these, I think I discovered the thing that's over the pupil. After saving a few times my water, after taking a bath and that stuff, and after shaving all the hair off my body, I have a few jars full of crap. I think this one came out of the hair. These little things moved across the jar. These things are alive or something. And that's the only possible thing I could think would make reason for that thing over the pupil. It's crazy. They're taking over our minds. It's inside the ear. See the green tint to it? This is some of the dead skin underneath the microscope. And if you want to know what this all is from, it's the government. The government I was going through the statutes, I come across this. Sheeps having birth certificates. You can pause it and read that. But the main thing is right down here. There's no sheep or goat can be removed from the slaughter channel after it's put in there for any reason. We as a sheep in the slaughter channels. That's what it is. My doctor told me I should find a new doctor, and I told her about this stuff. Because I believe she's the one that triggered it. We all have it. It is everywhere, but it can be triggered. And once it triggers, then it goes out of control. I find these little pieces of metal all the time. Like these are just microscopic. You can't see it with the naked eye. This is where they go in and hollow it out and then go through the center. Then some white clear stuff goes along the outside and coats it. So you see this is a clear one here. This is one that wraps around the other ones. Piece of aluminum. You can just watch these come out from under the big toenail. So it's filtering the blood. And once they're on the water, then they start to chain together. They just start to chain together like that on their own. So most likely they do that in the body too. This is potassium permanganate. You can see it just absorb it right out of the skin, all that green stuff on it. You can see it just absorbs it. These guys may be our conscience, or our mind, or what makes it capable for us to remember things in the past and plan for the future. Wouldn't that be crazy? Some kind of muscle or something. ears in the ear. They take over the hearing. You can still hear everything. They must read your thoughts with it. You can see it's a film type stuff, and it's made to mimic the eardrum. That's why it needs to be able to breathe. It looks like something coming through there. Most likely isn't in our dimension. It's probably in a different dimension because it's so small. These two. They shouldn't be all light like that. See, now there's two of them. There's nothing I can do. The doctor says my ears look just fine. And that's probably why they always ask to look at or have you cough and check in your ears so that they know if this is triggered yet. There ain't no stopping it. This is what my blood looks like now. No joke, right on the slide. Blood pressure's been about 34/80 for like 2 months now. The doctor told me that that's high. So there's no doubt that I'm on a slaughter list. Hope you liked the video.